If we suspend a bicycle wheel with 2 ropes and spin it rapidly with our hands, and if one of the ropes suddenly breaks, we are surprised to observe that instead of falling, the wheel hangs on the other rope and continues to spin swiftly. Slowly, it starts to circle around the remaining rope. This is the fundamental principle of the gyroscope. The gyroscope is a critical component for modern airplanes, rockets, and submarines. Since airplanes lack any directional reference objects on the ground like cars do, without a gyroscope, planes and rockets would fly aimlessly, unable to estimate their destination. To understand the principle of the gyroscope in airplanes, let us revisit this remarkable behavior of the spinning wheel. Due to gravity, the reason the wheel doesn't fall straight down is the preservation of its angular momentum. You can think of this as rotational inertia. When an object spins around an axis, in the absence of external forces, it maintains its state. Using this principle, physicists were able to construct mechanical gyroscopes. This process begins by fitting a disc into a universal suspension frame. As soon as the disc is allowed to spin rapidly, it retains its orientation even if changes occur in the external system. Its resistance to rotational interference makes the gyroscope a useful tool for navigation and alignment. Additionally, the gyroscope's practical applications include measuring the angular velocity of systems. Through experiments with the wheel, you can observe how it slowly circles around the rope. This is because the weight of the wheel generates a continuous vertical moment. A minor change is induced in the angular velocity. There is no vertical component between the direction of this change and the original angular velocity. Ultimately, the angular velocity only deflects the direction slightly, causing it to circle around the rope slowly. This phenomenon is also called precession. In brief, when a spinning object is subjected to a force attempting to change its direction, it undergoes a slight oscillatory motion. Using a simple gyro setup, we can illustrate the outcome of this motion. When the central disc rotates rapidly, and we rotate the entire apparatus around the z-axis, precession due to torque gently rotates the frame. This facilitates the display of a reading on a scale and the measurement of the system's angular velocity. As a result, mechanical gyroscopes became widely used after their invention. It was traditionally employed to give orientation and attitude details to aircraft, rockets, and missiles. To illustrate, an aircraft relies on 3 critical flight instruments: the attitude indicator, the direction indicator, and the turn coordinator, all of which are dependent on gyroscopes. The system regularly reads gyroscope data and performs calculations. It determines how many degrees it has turned and in which direction it is tilted so that the trajectory can be adjusted in real time, controlling the nozzle orientation. However, the drawback of mechanical gyroscopes is their large size and high energy consumption. The model we used is simple, whereas the gyroscopes in actual rockets and missiles are bigger and more complex, which is why they are now being gradually phased out. Now, more advanced and precise optical gyroscopes are used. These no longer rely on mechanical rotation. Their fundamental principle is to use the Sagnac effect. In simple terms, imagine a closed circular path. You send 2 beams of light in this path, one clockwise and the other counterclockwise. If the path is stationary, both beams will take the same time to complete a loop. But if the path is rotating, the clockwise beam will travel a longer path, while the counterclockwise beam will travel a shorter path. This creates a time difference when the 2 beams reach their destination. This path difference is proportional to the angular velocity of the rotation, and using this time difference, angular velocity can be calculated. Optical gyroscopes offer high accuracy, no friction, and long life. Ultimately, gyroscopes are capable of providing autonomous and accurate navigation for rockets, submarines, missiles, and intercontinental ballistic vehicles, even in the absence of GPS signals, with the help of gyroscope and accelerometer systems. If you also love watching incredible videos about technology and science, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Just Science Learning.